If you know where I got Icky with the sticky buns from, then you know. And you know what's up. Hey. Your girl is sick. She sounded raggedy as hell. So my voice is gonna be like this throughout the entire video. So rather you're gonna have to deal with it, or just mute me and enjoy the beautiful cinematics of this video. Because we are making sticky buns. Why white vinegar? Because we're gonna make some homemade buttermilk. You don't have to use vinegar. You can always use lemon juice. Alright then, we're gonna start off with our yeast mixture by combining active dried yeast, not instant yeast, with some very warm water, probably at like 110, 115 degrees, with a teaspoon of sugar, and you're gonna mix that till it's fully combined. We're gonna let this mixture sit in a very warm place for about 5 to 10 minutes so that we know that it's gonna bloom. What I mean by bloom, it's gonna triple or double in size, and that's when we know that the yeast is activated. I melted about 6 tablespoons of butter and set that aside and started making my buttermilk. You're gonna need about 1/3 of a cup of whole milk. Don't be using lactose-free milk, half-fat milk. No, use whole milk. And mix about 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Or you can use lemon juice. Or just buy buttermilk at the supermarket. But, you know, I didn't need a whole gallon of buttermilk. You're going to add some vanilla extract, about 2 teaspoons maybe, and you're going to add in your melted butter that was set aside. Then you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil, a neutral oil, canola, vegetable, grapeseed oil, and a 1/2 cup of white sugar with your 2 eggs. After your wet ingredients are combined, you're going to add in your dry ingredients, which are a teaspoon of baking powder, and I estimated about 4 to 5 cups of all-purpose flour. This dough in particular is going to be very sticky because we're not going to activate any gluten, unlike making sourdough bread or where we knead it for about 20 minutes. We're barely going to work this mixture probably for about a couple minutes, like 10 folds with your fingers. Since this dough is super sticky, be generous with the flour that you add on the work surface and on your fingertips. Then you add plastic wrap and you let that rest for about an hour for it to rise. I placed mine in my oven that was set at 140 degrees. Now you wait. You have to smack it. You have to let the air bubbles out somehow. So have fun with it. I smacked it multiple times. You're only supposed to smack it once, but I couldn't resist. You will not be able to resist touching that dough. It's like soft, bouncy, fluffy. It's all good things. But you're gonna roll out that dough till it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. Don't go any over 1/6 or else your filling's gonna leak out. Ooh, for the filling and glaze, this is where the yumminess happens. You're gonna need hella sugar, vanilla, butter, and your favorite nuts. I'm using walnuts and pecans because that's what we had on hand, but you can use almonds. Even macadamia nuts would be pretty bomb, with spices like cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, even some ground ginger if you want, and vanilla extract. But for the filling, it's like a basic cinnamon roll filling with brown sugar and your spices. Then you're gonna roll it up just like a cinnamon roll. Oh, we're getting close to baking it. For the glaze, you're gonna need a lot of butter and a lot of sugar. I estimated maybe about a cup of sugar to about half a cup of butter and 3 tablespoons of honey. Honey is gonna give it that extra different sweetness rather than sugar sweetness and give it a little more sticky texture. After you add your nuts, oh, we're getting close. You're gonna let it rise one last time before we bake it off. Oh my god, till it doubles in size just like that. And you bake it off at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. Stick a toothpick in the middle, it should come out clean. Now grab yourself a cup of tea and enjoy. Bye.